Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Monday, the weekend is over. I wanted to give you guys a update on how my weekend went and how my event went and everything. We left off on Friday with the bad news that I had went to the ER and my HCG had dropped and I had a little bit of spotting. Well, I'm still taking a test today only because I want to continue tracking my lines going down at this point. So I did get some more first response. I used the last two of my Walmart 88-cent tests the past weekend. I just took a test by myself. I didn't record anything, but I've been keeping the progress because I want to see the lines keep going down if that is what's happening. So Saturday went pretty good. I did have some dual cramping and some spotting the whole day on Saturday, but I was just remaining hopeful that maybe it would just go away and I would continue, maybe my HCG's levels would rise again. But I did take the Walmart 88-cent test and the line just looks fainter on that, although up until yesterday there's still a line there, it's just fainter. Unfortunately, yesterday on Sunday was the worst day. Like I said, we were at this weekend event selling, but on Sunday my cramps progressed to be really painful. I could almost feel my uterus contracting, and I basically got through the day with the help of Tylenol. I was taking two 500 milligram Tylenols probably every 2 hours during the event. That was probably the hardest thing to do, is try to remain with a smile on your face during an event like that, because we have customers purchasing stuff and it was really busy. But yeah, I'm sitting here in pain. A couple times I had to just walk away and walk around because the cramps would feel a little bit better when I was walking around instead of just sitting still or standing there. So I had to do that a couple times. Let me dip this first response. The bleeding progressed, but I feel like the cramps were way worse than what the bleeding has been. Like, I've had really bad menstrual cramps that almost feel like, I mean, not as bad as contractions when you're actually giving birth, but they're very painful cramps. And then I feel like the blood isn't really matching up with the amount of cramping that I have. I feel like I've had heavier periods than this, so that's going through. So I don't know if the worst is still to come or if this is tapering off. I'm still taking Tylenol to relieve the cramping, but I bled all day yesterday. Not too much clotting, just really definitely red bleeding and very like slimy like discharge mixed in with the blood. No big clots or anything, and nowhere near the amount of bleeding that I had with my first miscarriage. I'm not sure if with my first miscarriage I might have been farther along or what, but for this one I feel like I haven't had that much bleeding for the amount of cramps that I've had. But I've definitely had painful cramps and I can feel my uterus contracting and definitely the bleeding. I've just been measuring the blood with pads, and I haven't really had a soaked pad or anything. Mostly like when I'm laying down and I get up, that is when most of the blood comes out, and when I wipe. But like, I haven't been soaking through pads or any type of emergency situation like that where I would take myself to the hospital. But I think that this is just the miscarriage happening, and maybe since it was so early on, that's why I don't have as much bleeding as last time, and like big clots or tissue. I'm not really passing any of that, but we're just waiting and seeing. I talked to my doctor on Friday. She canceled any further appointments for now. Obviously today I was supposed to have ultrasound, but they went ahead and canceled that since I already had the ultrasound at the hospital and they didn't see anything. So I do have a follow-up appointment this Friday for blood work, just to see where my HCG is at and see if they have dropped by then. I'm still actively bleeding, so there is most likely this is a miscarriage, but I am still getting positive pregnancy tests. I am sure that is normal. It's going to take a while for the pregnancy test to finally come out completely blank. So those are the weekend's pregnancy tests, 26 DPO and 27 DPO. I have been logging the bleeding and my symptoms on my app, but I haven't really marked a flow yet, although I have had dark bleeding. So I'm just continuing to track the progression going down now. And that's why I grabbed a couple more first response. Let me see. It's really sunny out here. So that is my first response. I see a very faint line on that, but it doesn't have very much pink color to it. So I think this is definitely a miscarriage that I am experiencing, but we will know for sure on Friday. No doubt about it that my HCG levels are pretty much going to be gone by Friday. And the bleeding seems to be going down compared to yesterday, so hopefully this miscarriage is almost completely over and done with. I guess it just wasn't as bad as last time, because last time I definitely remember lots and lots of bleeding and clots and tissue, and this time it just feels like a regular period, I guess, with a lot more painful cramps though. Blood wise, it just feels almost like a lighter period than what I'm used to. And hopefully shorter, because I'm ready for this to be over and done with, and we'll see what my blood results show for Friday. The last we checked was at the hospital, it was 44 for my HCG, so I imagine by this Friday it should be done with. So first response is showing a very faint line. If anything, the line on the 88 cent tests were a little bit darker. But I did want to show you guys something that I grabbed at the festival while we were there. So last year there was this couple there that was selling their artwork. It was a husband and a wife. And we met them last year when we sold at the same festival. We both had the same exact spot as vendors. So we went this year and we noticed the husband was not there, and the wife, she had a banner that said "in loving memory of the artist's name." So that was pretty sad to see that he had passed away, and she was telling us that he passed away this November. And we did find a little piece of art that I wanted to buy. I was looking through her art and this one caught my eye, and I thought it was very special. As soon as I saw it, I knew that it was meant for me, almost like he painted it just for me. And I usually don't buy art like this. He's a folk artist. I believe his name was Ernest Lee, and unfortunately he passed away this November. I'm not sure from what, but she made it sound like it was heart attack related. She said that they had went to the Van Gogh, or some type of Van Gogh museum or something, and she said it was such a beautiful day that day, but at the end he did not feel good. He got sick, and that is the same day that he passed away. But I was looking through all of his artwork, and this is just a print of his artwork. And I was actually looking for another one that I liked, but while I was looking for that one, I saw this one. It caught my eye because the two kids in this picture look just like my son and daughter. That looks like my daughter Mariah with the curly hair, and the older boy looks like my son Jaden. And I love that it has an angel almost guarding them, or like with them. So I feel like that represents our great grandmother that passed away not that long ago as well. And then if you look at the top, all the little angel babies. I thought this was so cute, and it represents my losses. I have not had this many losses that I know of, but all the little angel babies represent all of just the babies who have passed away and are in heaven right now. So I thought that was really cute, and I felt like as soon as I saw this, This is the one that I wanted to purchase from her. So I wanted to show you guys that. And I feel like that's just God's way of telling me that He is here. He is watching over us. We have angels watching over us. And one day I will be able to go to heaven and meet my little babies up in heaven. Because just like somebody commented in my last video, life starts at conception. So although I didn't have a successful pregnancy, that is still a life. And that's still a soul up there. Just wanted to show you guys that. I will treasure this forever. And I just wish her the best. It's a sad situation to lose your husband so fast like that. And she's still trying to live his legacy and sell his artwork at all the festivals and events. So God give her the strength for that as well, because that must be hard. So that is my update for today. I'm going to log the results of today's test on here, and I will continue testing. We'll just see what happens on Friday with my blood results. Hopefully I have already fully miscarried by then, and we'll just have to see what comes after that, what the doctor wants to do moving forward, and see if she wants to do more testing to figure out what is going on